Welcome back to Mind Games. Today we've got 30 tricky riddles that will put your observation and logic skills to the test. You'll have just 10 seconds to solve each one, so stay focused, look closely, and get ready to challenge your brain. Before we start, make sure to subscribe for more exciting brain teasers and fun challenges. Ready to test your brain? Let's begin. Someone sabotaged the prize-winning flower bed in the community garden, causing all the plants to wither and die. Can you figure out who ruined the garden? The answer is A. Look closely right beside him on the ground. He has a blue bucket labeled salt water that he used to poison the soil and kill the plants. He tried to act innocent while carrying out his secret sabotage plan, which proves A was the one who sabotaged the garden. An unexpected inspection is taking place in this professional kitchen, and 3 chefs are preparing their dishes while the inspector carefully watches them. But one of them makes a serious mistake. Can you figure out who it is? The answer is C. Look closely at the chef in the gray jacket. He is placing food onto the plate using his bare fingers instead of proper kitchen tongs or gloves. During a professional food inspection, this violates essential hygiene and food safety regulations, which proves Chef C is the one who made the mistake. 3 students have just finished building wooden chairs for their workshop class, but the teacher realizes one chair may not be safe to sit on. Can you figure out whose chair has a problem? Before revealing the answer, if you chose A, then like this video. If you chose B, then subscribe to Mind Games. But if you chose C, then tell us in the comments that you picked C. The answer is C. Look closely at the floor beside C's chair. There are several unused screws lying there, and his instruction sheet has been tossed aside. Those screws should have been used to secure the chair properly, which proves student C is the one who built an unsafe chair. A community event has just finished, and the staff finds an expensive camera left on one of the tables. 3 people are standing nearby, but no one knows who it belongs to. Can you figure out who the real owner is? The answer is B. Look carefully at what he's wearing. He has an empty camera bag strap running right across his body. He came fully prepared with dedicated photography gear, which proves person B is the real owner of the camera. 3 kids were playing in the backyard. Their parents had told them not to use the trampoline while they were away. When they returned, all 3 kids claimed they had followed the rule, but one of them is lying. Can you figure out who it is? The answer is C. Look closely at C's hair. It is messy and sticking up, while the other 2 kids' hair is still neat. His hair was messed up from repeatedly jumping and bouncing. C was secretly using the trampoline. Something has gone missing from a gym locker, and security believes one of these 3 men may be involved. They all claim they were only collecting their own belongings. Can you figure out who looks suspicious? The answer is C. Look closely at his wristband. It clearly says 4281, but the locker he is opening is labeled 4283. He is secretly breaking into someone else's locker, which proves person C is the suspicious one. Three students are getting ready to leave the classroom, but the teacher notices that someone secretly broke a rule. Can you figure out who is lying? The answer is C. Look closely at C's backpack. There is a fresh orange food stain right on the front pocket, matching the open snack packet on his desk. He was secretly eating during class and tried to hide the evidence, which proves student C is the one who broke the rule. The plane is preparing for takeoff, but the flight attendant notices one passenger has made a mistake that could become dangerous during the flight. Can you figure out who it is? The answer is B. Look closely near B's seat. His travel bag has been left on the floor instead of being properly stowed away. During takeoff, loose luggage can slide around and block the way in an emergency, which proves passenger B is the one breaking the safety rule. A customer at this cafe reports that their coffee disappeared before they could collect it. 3 customers were nearby when it happened, but each claims they only took their own order. Can you figure out who looks suspicious? The answer is A. Look carefully at where A is standing. She is taking a drink directly from the barista's preparation area instead of the official pickup counter on the other side. Customers are only supposed to collect completed orders from the designated pickup zone, which proves customer A is the one who took the wrong coffee. The owner of this candy store notices that one piece of candy has mysteriously disappeared. 3 boys were standing near the counter, but all of them claim they did nothing wrong. Can you figure out who took it? The answer is C. Look closely at C's mouth. His tongue is bright blue, even though he isn't holding any candy. The special jar near the counter contains the exact same blue sweets and is clearly marked "Display Only," which proves Boy C secretly ate the missing candy. A receptionist at this dental clinic notices a strange red stain on a stack of patient forms. 3 people were sitting nearby, but all of them claim they never touched the papers. Can you figure out who is lying? The answer is B. Look closely at B's fingers. There are small red marks right on her fingertips that match the red stain on the corner of the papers. She clearly handled the confidential forms while denying it, which proves person B is the one who is lying. The teacher asked 3 students to help complete the class monitor duties before the lesson begins, but one of them is only pretending that they were given the job. Can you figure out who is lying? The answer is A. Look carefully at what everyone is holding. B and C both have attendance duty lists that match the tasks on the classroom board. Meanwhile, A is holding a school lunch menu instead of any real monitor materials, which proves student A is the one pretending to be a class monitor. 3 people are sitting inside this cafe, all actively using the internet on their devices. However, the cafe has a strict policy that allows internet access only under certain conditions. Can you figure out who shouldn't be using the network? The answer is A. Look closely at everyone's tables. B is enjoying a fresh coffee with a croissant, and C already has a sandwich and drink served. Meanwhile, A has 0 items from the cafe on his table, completely violating the sign that states free Wi-Fi for customers only, which proves person A is not an active customer yet and shouldn't be using the Wi-Fi. 4 firefighters responded to a house fire, but one of them barely did any work. Can you figure out who was slacking off? The lazy one here is firefighter A. Look closely at their uniforms. B, C, and D are all covered in dark ash and soot from fighting the flames inside, while A's uniform is completely spotless. He stood outside the whole time without helping at all, which proves firefighter A didn't do any real work. A manager conducts a surprise inspection on the staff during a busy restaurant shift. Everyone insists they are completely on top of things, but one employee made a subtle mistake that violates workplace policy. Can you figure out who is breaking the rules? The answer is A. Look closely at employee A's cap. He is wearing it backwards, while the staff guideline poster on the wall clearly shows all caps must face forward, which proves employee A is the one who broke the workplace rules. Someone in this office secretly made copies of a restricted company document. 3 employees were near the printer when it happened, but all of them deny doing it. Can you figure out who is lying? The answer is B. Look closely at the document in B's hand. It is clearly labeled Confidential Reports, and he is standing right beside the freshly printed copier while looking nervous and sweating, which proves employee B is the one who secretly copied the confidential report. 3 friends have arrived at the park for a sunny outdoor hangout. Each of them was responsible for bringing everything they would need for the day, but one person completely forgot an essential item. Can you figure out who made a mistake? The answer is A. Look closely at everyone's gear. B brought a rolled-up mat, and C has a large blanket ready beside his basket. Meanwhile, A only brought food and drinks, leaving her with absolutely nothing to sit on, which proves friend A forgot to bring her picnic blanket. 2 dancers are performing the exact same routine, both claiming they have trained for years. Can you figure out who the real professional is? The answer is B. Look closely at their posture. B keeps the shoulders completely relaxed with the weight perfectly balanced over the supporting foot, while the other dancer is stiff and leaning too far backward, which proves dancer B is the truly experienced dancer. 3 friends meet in the cinema lobby just as a 3D movie is ending. All 3 claim they have already watched the show, but one of them is secretly lying. Can you figure out who it is? The answer is C. Look closely at C. His 3D glasses are still sealed inside their packet, and he is still clutching his entry ticket, while A and B already have theirs out and ready, which proves person C hasn't watched the movie yet and is just about to go in. 3 friends are about to start a high-speed zipline adventure. The instructor conducts one final inspection and notices someone cannot be cleared to go just yet. Can you figure out who is not ready? The answer is B. Look closely at person B. He has his harness secured and is holding the gear, but he completely forgot to put on his safety helmet like A and C, which proves person B cannot safely start the zipline. 3 people are walking out of a private hotel breakfast lounge. All 3 insist they are staying at the property, but staff suspects someone snuck in without booking a room. Can you figure out who is lying? The answer is C. Look closely at the table beside C. His coffee cup is branded with an outside diner logo, while the official hotel cups and room cards clearly display the luxury property branding, which proves person C is not a real hotel guest. 3 friends step up to their lane for the first round of bowling. Everyone claims they are completely set to roll, but one person skipped an essential requirement. Can you figure out who is not ready? The answer is C. Look closely at their footwear. A and B are both wearing mandatory bowling shoes, while C is still wearing his regular outdoor sneakers, which proves player C is not ready to bowl on the lane. Someone secretly opened the office printer and spilled black ink all over the floor. Everyone nearby denies touching the machine when the mess happened. Can you figure out who is responsible? The answer is A. Look closely at his left sleeve. There is a fresh black ink stain right across his cuff, while B and C have completely clean shirts, which proves worker A accidentally smudged himself while pulling out the cartridge. 2 fighters step onto the wrestling mat, each claiming to be an experienced athlete ready for a match. Only one of them is actually telling the truth about their background. Can you figure out who the real wrestler is? The answer is A. Look closely at their stance. A keeps a solid low center of gravity with bent knees and perfectly balanced feet, while his opponent stands completely upright and off balance, which proves fighter A is the truly experienced wrestler. 3 guests are checking out of the hotel, but one of them is secretly a thief. Can you figure out who the thief is? The answer is A. Look closely at A's black suitcase. There is a white hotel pillow sticking right out of his bag. He stole it from his room and tried to stuff it in his luggage before leaving, which reveals A is the real thief. 2 men are standing by the pool, both claiming to be the head coach. Only one of them actually leads the training sessions. Can you figure out who is telling the truth? The answer is A. Look closely at the children. Without being told, most of them are naturally looking toward A for instruction and direction, which proves Coach A is the real swimming coach. 2 vocalists are performing live on stage, both claiming to have professional training. However, fundamental performance habits reveal the truth. Can you figure out who is the trained singer? The answer is B. Look closely at their form. B stands tall with an open chest, relaxed neck, and correct mouth shape, while A raises his chin too high and looks tense, which proves vocalist B has real professional training. Two men stand beside the same dancer, both insisting they are her regular ballroom partner. Only one of them shares real practice and muscle memory with her. Can you figure out who is telling the truth? The answer is B. Look closely at their posture. The woman and B are effortlessly mirroring each other's body alignment, while she doesn't naturally match A at all, which proves dancer B is her real dance partner. 3 explorers make it to the other side of a massive underground cave. While most followed the easy open walkway, one took the difficult, narrow path. Can you figure out who took the crawl space? The answer is A. Look closely at A's gear. Thick dust covers both his knees and elbows while his chest remains clear, matching the exact pattern of someone crawling through tight spaces, which proves Explorer A crawled through the narrow tunnel. 3 cheerleaders perform a high-energy routine during practice. One of them recently joined the squad and hasn't fully mastered the steps. Can you figure out who is new to the team? The answer is A. Look closely at their choreography. B and C are turning in perfect sync to the exact same side, while A turns in the completely opposite direction, which proves cheerleader A is the newest member of the squad. Great job making it to the end. Which riddle was the hardest for you? Tell us in the comments. If you enjoyed the challenge, like the video and subscribe to Mind Games for more fun quizzes. Thanks for watching and see you in the next video.